Welcome viewers. Today the topic of our session is Introduction to Inventory Planning and Control, which is a part of your course MWR01, which is a course of your program PG Certificate in Inventory Planning and Warehousing Systems. This is a 6 months course. Though we have taken and you have also seen a number of introductory lectures or sessions on this topic. But in this session, we are coming in a different way. We are providing you a basic information about inventory and inventory planning. Before that, we would like to give you a brief about this course structure, which is Postgraduate Certificate in Inventory Planning and Warehousing System. This program consists of 4 courses, out of which 3 are theory courses and 1 is project. All the courses are of 4 credit courses, so the total number of credit is 16. Each theory courses have 4 blocks, so total you have to study about 12 blocks or 48 units. So remember that this program or the course is very nicely designed, and here we are giving you some learning objectives. Please remember that these learning objectives are only for today's session. In today's session, we are going to provide you some or various terminology which are used in inventory planning. Then how you will define inventory, how you will classify inventory, what are the needs, objective and functions of inventory planning. Then we will try to differentiate between different types of inventory. Then we will also take up various cost parameters used in the inventory. So in today's session, first we will ask a simple question from ourselves, that how you will define inventory. What is the meaning of inventory? If you just say or you take a dictionary meaning, it is basically a listing. So inventory is nothing but a list. So in inventory, we prepare a list, we provide a list which can be used for future. So why we treat as a important? Now everywhere, even every minister, whenever he talks about any topic, the most important point is inventory, supply chain. So you just see that if the total cost is 100 rupees, out of which 50% of the total investment or invested capital of organization account for inventory. Or in other words, we say if 100 goods are cost is 100, then 70% is constituted by the inventory. The all item which are held by business for selling in the market are termed as inventory. For example, if a paper vendor is using a vehicle to deliver a newspaper, so vehicle will not come under the inventory, only the newspaper will come as a inventory. The vehicle will be treated as a asset. Again, I will emphasize you to recollect the earlier learnings, that how you will define the inventory. Basically, inventory we keep as a goods or services in anticipation that this particular item will be used in future. For example, in our kitchen, we used to keep the inventory of flour, inventory of vegetables, inventory of spices. Earlier we were also, when we were using LPG, we were using cylinders. We used to keep at least one extra cylinder in our inventory. Why we are using it? Why we were storing it? Why we are not taking the vegetable each and every day? Because we cannot go every day for bringing, and it is very, very uneconomical if we buy 250 grams or something vegetable every day. So for that we used to buy at inventory for at least 1 week time. Similarly, spices we used to keep for minimum 3 months time. Same thing is true with the fruits and all the things. So basically inventory is kept as a item which is likely to be used in the future. So basically inventory we keep in anticipation for use in future. So that is the basically the objective of the inventory. Here in earlier definition I have used one term, inventory turnover. Basically inventory turnover means how many times we replace the inventory. For example, today we are manufacturing a car. We used to buy tires, and the inventory of tires which is coming at one order, at how many times it is going to change, that is called as a inventory turnover. If it is less, then means we are very, very slow in spending the inventory. If the inventory ratio is higher, suppose it is 2 or it is 20 means the items are consumed in a faster rate. That is why we are again and again replacing the inventory, and our inventory turnover ratio is more. So that is called as a inventory ratio. Now, first and the most important objective is how you will classify the inventory. As we have given, the first and the most important part is your raw material and the purchase part. Means the inventory which is in the raw form, or if we are buying something, so a buying item is behave like a raw material or as a initial material. So this is called the first type of inventory. Second type of inventory is your work in process inventory. Now the work in process inventory or partially completed goods inventory, basically this type of inventory is consists of those items which are not raw material but also not as completed as a finished product. So they are in between. So that also plays an important role, because in many industries or in every industry there are phases of operations. And from first phase, the input is our raw material. But in different stages, the inputs are different. They may be in the form of work in process inventory. In some cases, it is at stage 2, in some cases it is stage 3, and in some cases it is stage 4. So why we keep the work in process inventory? Because in anticipation of getting the breakdown in the machines at different stages, we keep the work in process inventory, so that whenever there is a requirement at stage 2, stage 3 or stage 4, the work in process inventory which is available can be used as an input. If it is not coming from raw material through stage 1 to stage 2, that is called as a work in process inventory. Third type of inventory is called as a finished good inventory, which is neither raw material, not work in process, but are completed in all respect. They are packed and they are ready for dispatch to the retail house or to the dealer or to the you can say distributor in terms of the car. So it is called as a finished good inventory. Finished good inventory, again, just like a raw material, work in process and finished good inventory, if they are in transit, they will also be termed as a inventory, finished good inventory for the manufacturer. Since it is not reaching to the distributor, it cannot be counted as an inventory unless and until it reaches to the distributor or the dealer. Now, another two types of inventory are also there. First is your replacement parts, tools and supplies, because there are various types of parts which are used as a equipment or operational maintenance. We call as MRO, maintenance, repair and operational inventory. So certain parts are required for maintenance, certain parts are required for repair, because you know that the parts in the machines are going to wear or suffer due to wear and tear. So they need to be replaced, and for that we have to keep a separate inventory. Similarly, lubricant, coolant, we need the lubricant in case of machines, similarly coolant in case of machines. So this is another type of. Now another type of inventory which I have already told you, that is as a transit inventory, goods in transit. Suppose the raw material the vendor has already sent, and so for them once they have communicated to the manufacturer, then it will be counted as a transit inventory. So it is not reached to the warehouse, but it is in between. It has started and the purchase order has or the release order has been issued. On the basis of purchase order, it is going to reach to the warehouse within 2 or 3 days depending upon the lead time. So this is called as a transit inventory. Now let us come to the functions of the inventory. How you will say what are the functions of the inventory? The first and the most important function of an inventory to meet the anticipated demand. Now what is meant by the anticipated demand? That suppose today your rainy season is going on. Soon, because of the mosquito and because of all the things, we need the mosquito repellent or some types of repellent ointment. So, because seeing the urgency or the requirement, the demand for mosquito repellent is increased. So that is the anticipated demand. Similarly, if we are in the rainy season, winter season is going to start from November. So in November, if we anticipate because of the heavy rain, there is a chance that we will get more winter. More winter means more heater. More heater means more consumption, or you can say selling and buying of the heating elements. So that is the anticipated demand, that we are anticipating that this demand will occur in future. Okay, or some manufacturer generate the demand, just like they will give the advertisement that these are the features of the that item has not come, but they will project that items. So the customer will go and ask that I need this item, I need this type of mobile phone. So this type of a strategy is also there as a market strategy to generate the demand. So it becomes an anticipated demand, but it finally reaches to the manufacturer. So manufacturer will design, if the demand is more, he will generate. That is called the anticipated demand, and this is the function. Why we called as a function? Because if the demand is anticipated, then for making that particular product, we need certain items in our inventory. That is the first function of the inventory. Now, another important function is the smooth production requirement. Now, this is again a very important function, that in a production we always need the smoothness, that from raw material to the final product, the production process goes on smooth. Now, there are two chances. First, the stoppage of production due to failure of the machine. Second, stoppage of the production due to shortage in the material. In both cases, we need a certain inventory so that there should not be any shortage. Even in case of machine failure, we need a certain MRO inventory that can be used immediately to repair the machine. So that is a second function. Third function is to decouple the operation. This is a very simple a function of inventory. In this operation, what we do, we have several stages. So the inventory of the first stage is decoupled. That means for each stage we need the separate inventory. I will give you one example. Suppose there are 3 stages A, B, C. The raw material is used as a input for A stage. Then the product of A is used as a input for B, and the product of stage 2B is used as a input for stage C. So decoupling means the stage A output is kept as a inventory. In case the A machine is not working or A stage is non-operational, the stage B will not stop in producing the input for stage C. This is called as a decoupling. That is also a very important function of the inventory. The fourth important function is to protect against stock out conditions. Now, first you understand what is the stock out condition. Stock out condition means that you have a inventory, you have a and it is consuming at a regular pace, but due to certain reasons the ordered inventory is not coming, or the ordered item are not coming to the warehouse, and all the items are consumed. Now there is no inventory, so this situation is called as a stock out situation. Stock out means the stock is out. That is a very dangerous and alarming situation, and one should, as a material manager, one should not go for a stock out position. There are some other functions of the inventory, just like fifth one is to take the advantage of order cycle, that in each order you are whatever you are going to give. So that is another function. Then another function to help hedge against the price increases, because every day price is increasing. So in order, if we purchase the item when the prices are low, then we are hedging against the price increase. Another function is to permit the operation. Same thing, that if we have the excess inventory or the proper quantity of or appropriate quantity of inventory, then our operation will not be stopped. Another function is to take the advantage of quantity discount. You have seen that if you purchase an item 1 kg or 2 kg or 3 kg, if you purchase an item in a bulk quantity, you get a discount. So that is also true with the inventory management. Then if you purchased in a bulk quantity, if the quantity is more, then you get the discount. So that is another function of the inventory. That is also very important when we go as a wholesale inventory management system. Now when you will say that your inventory is best managed, there are some indicators. For example, if you have planned a effective inventory management or inventory planning, then you have a track of inventory. You have a reliable forecasting of the demand. You have a knowledge of lead time. Then you can estimate the holding cost, the cost which incurred for the keeping the material. Ordering cost means the cost incurred in making the order. The shortage cost is the cost which incurred or which occurred when the certain items is in shortage and some other your competitors are taking of that advantage. Another thing is that you have a classification system. You can classify the system in A, B, C category, where A is the low quantity and high cost. So this is the basically a indicators of the effective inventory management system. Now let me explain you few keywords. For example, lead time. Lead time is a time when you make a order and you receive the order. So it is the time interval. The holding cost, it is also termed as carrying cost. So if in a length of time, it may be once in a year, it may be twice in a year. So it is a holding cost. It includes insurance, it incurred or it involved your rent of the warehouse. Ordering cost is the cost which is occurred for ordering the cost. Simply, the shortage cost is the cost when your demand exceed the supply and you are shortage of that particular item. So in today's session, what we have covered? We have covered definition of the inventory, types of the inventory, what is the functions of the inventory, and what are the indicators of a effective inventory planning or inventory management system. This is our effort that we want to provide you the basics of the inventory planning and the control in your program PG Certificate in Inventory Planning and Warehousing System. Thank you.